How y'all doing tonight? Can y'all hear me out there? I see Magnificent Mecca, a.k.a. Ball's Victim, is in the building. Salute. Tube Chronicles TV, I see you in the building. Salute. I'm going to give a few more people, quote unquote, some time to pull up. But I'm glad y'all came out and chilled tonight with me, because y'all could have been anywhere else in the world, but y'all sitting right here. And I salute that, and I appreciate that. Like I said, I'm going to give a couple of more people a few seconds to come on up in there, you know? And when they get up in there, I'm going to drop this topic that I'm feeling about. Because it seemed like today, man, I don't know, it's like every day I see something, I just notice more and more that we're in a dangerous world. Y'all can hear me out there, right? People's 212, salute. If y'all can hear me, give me a thumbs up right quick. What's happening? What's happening? Jerry's 973, what up, baby? Salute. Empress Blood Clot Cat, what up? Salute. I see you in the building. Angel Dickinson, I see you in the building. Salute, 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 salute. I see the whole team starting to pull up, but do me a favor, y'all. Smash that like button. Tell a friend and tell a friend. It's the only way we all can win, you dig? The topic of the night show, y'all, is going to be something special because the world is going crazy. Salute. I see Big China in the building. 050, everything Glico. Like I started out always, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? I don't know if it's just me, y'all, but it just seems like today, man, the whole world is just turning crazy. And like I told y'all before, I stopped watching television a long time ago. So I really be on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, trying to find out some serious activity that's going on realistically, instead of something that's just put together to be watched and entertained. But I notice a lot of us now are not standing up for what we believe in. And that's why we're falling for a lot. Tonight is going to be a good one because I'm going to get on the men for some of the sucker shit I see that they be doing. In my opinion, you know, we all got one. And I'm going to give a little description of some of the women that I see going on today. In my opinion, remember what I said, we all got one. Dread El Campo, I see you in the building. Gangster, I see you in the building. The reason why I said we need to start standing up for what we believe in or standing up for something, because it seemed like there's a lot of foolishness going on today, man. Damon Williams, Albany Projects is in the building. Salute, salute. All my real rights in Albany. It seemed like, quote unquote, today, y'all, we just at the fact where we know we're being bamboozled. And back in the days when our parents and stuff was trying to be bamboozled, they stood up for it and they stood against it. But we're not standing up for it. We know we're being bamboozled. We know we're being tricked. And we still being a part of it. And that's the part that's scaring me. I see a lot of things going on today with people not standing for what they believe in all aspects of the life. I'm not just going to talk about one aspect. I'm going to give you a few examples that I noticed. First, I'm going to start off with at the job. Well, remember what I always say, y'all. If you do not have God in your life, soul-heartedly, everything that you try to create or everything that you plan is going to crumble. And that's a Brooklyn fact. New York Nikki, how you doing? Salute. She said, my mother told me before she passed, I would start to see things I never saw before. True statement. True statement. I had to put that up there. Because like my mother and my grandmother used to always tell me, you may be somebody's friend, but that does not mean they're yours. And I'm going to get into that too tonight when I talk about standing up for yourself instead of falling for everything. Louis V in the building. Salute. I see you. Marcy, salute. I see you in the building. Magnificent Mecca, a.k.a. That's the boss victim of all bosses. I see you in the building. You know I love your struggle and I love your soul. From Brooklyn to NC. We got Gen Pop in the family too. Shout out to St. Laz. We got Louis V in here from Connecticut. He up late night with us. He could have been anywhere in the world, but he's sitting here chilling with us. So salute, Louis. I see you. Like you said, baby, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? And that's a fact. Today, I just see we don't even stand up for ourselves when we go to work. I see people coming in and out of plants and out of jobs, and their only intention is to get to this plant or get to this job to make a better way for their life, a better way for their family, and a better way for their future. But sometimes we got insecurities with ourselves. We don't even believe we're going to get a job sometimes. Sometimes when we go on a job or go for a job, we be so discouraged before we even get to the application by telling ourselves they ain't going to hire us. This is some bullshit. I'm just wasting my fucking time. But they ain't got nothing to do with God. When you put God first, like I said, all them insecurities, they pop up every now and then. But with true faith and prayer, they all disappear. We got people today going to work being disrespected at work. They're being told, quote unquote, how to move and how to act like they're in public school. They got jobs today down here in the South where if you want to go to the bathroom, just look at this, you're an adult. If you want to go to the bathroom, you have to go sign your name on a bathroom sheet like we in school. And they give you 10 to 12 minutes to be back from this bathroom. What they do, they give you these direct orders because they know, quote unquote, in certain places like the South, there are only certain jobs that are lucrative enough for you to even survive. I'm not talking about if you don't have any children or if you don't have a wife or a husband, or some people, don't even have to pay bills yet. They're still living with their parents. I'm not talking about these type of people because them jobs like McDonald's and Burger King and Arby's and, Family Dollar, grocery store, these are certain things that catapult you to save up some money if you decide to go better yourself for a better job or go to school and have something on the background so you can get a better job in the future once you get a degree. These are all catapulting steps into becoming a better or being better financially stable. But the sad part about it is when we go inside these jobs today, we're so terrified about losing our job. That little $400 a week, a little $500 a week, and some of us that's more lucky to get more than that a week legally, that's what we depend on. And 9 out of 10 times down here in the South is different than New York City. In New York City, we got public transportation. So there's buses, there's trains, there's cabs. You could even rent cars nowadays for the day. You could rent electric bicycles for the day for like $22 to get back and forth to work. But down here, a lot of people, they're subject to either carpooling and praying that the person that they're carpooling with go to work every day. Because if you put your whole life into somebody else getting back and forth to work, and that person decides to quit that job, or that person decides they don't want to go to work this day, or they don't want to go to work that day, you done. And down here, they have point systems. Usually it's 6 points or 8 points. With some jobs, they tell you if you miss a day of work, you have to work 30 days straight before that point is deducted off. Some jobs tell you you have to work 2 months straight before that point is deducted off the job. And this is another thing that builds up a fear inside of us. Because once you get comfortable with a certain amount of money, a certain amount of income every week, I don't care if it's $400 or $500. Once you get comfortable getting that $400 and $500 a week, you develop another lifestyle. North Carolina, Jay, North Carolina, Jersey. Yeah, you want to, now when you're getting a little change, you want to go out every now and then, get something to eat. Might want to go see a show. You know what I'm saying? Might want to just do something nice. Take a vacation. Spoil your kids, spoil your girl, spoil your wife, spoil your husband. But when you're working in these plants, they give you this nasty aura that you can't even be comfortable. You can't even feel like a human being, because the slightest thing you're either getting written up for, and after maybe 1 or 2 write-ups, that turns into a 3-day suspension. And then if you happen to get written up again, that turns into termination. Look at all these loopholes they put over our head just to try to stay employed. Every day you're going to work, that's still building up aggravation. You're just praying every day that you come to work that somebody not going to say something to you that'll make you flip off the edge. Then there's some of us that just come to work every day with our heads down. Whatever they're told to do, they're going to do it. Whether it's pertaining to their job, whether it's pertaining to the time when they're supposed to get off work, they just don't care. They're just going to put their head down and they're going to do it. And the reason why they're going to put their head down and they're going to do it, because they don't have that fighting spirit. And they get real complacent. They really get in place with just doing what they're told. Unfortunately, there's some of us that are leaders, and there's some of us that are followers. It's up to you to decide which one you're going to be. Because I was told by a wise cat, you can lead somebody into the light, or you can walk and follow them into a hole. Choice is up to you. That's why I talk about God a lot. Every day you come outside your house, you got to have God in your life, whether it's you're living a normal 9-to-5 life, whether you're hustling in the street, whether you're just coming outside trying to pray for $1, like the hustlers do. You're going to be faced with a bunch of hate. You're going to get faced with a bunch of adversities. And you're going to get faced with a bunch of tests from God. And like I said, you got to stand for something, or you'll fall for anything. Anything. Just like in the street. If you're out there quote unquote hustling, or saying you want to be part of that fast life, I'm telling you, you're going to be tested. Some run when they're tested. Some stand strong when they're tested. Usually the ones that stand strong are respected. The ones that don't stand strong are never allowed to do anything in the hood. It might be uncomfortable for them just to go to the store, to get a loaf of bread, a gallon of milk, just to exist in the hood. Just like with some of the men. Women, you got to learn to stand for something. But when you go into meeting somebody or dealing with somebody, if you have a monetary alternative in your heart, 9 out of 10 times, you're not going to get the respect that you deserve or need. I'm upset with a lot of men, and I'm upset with a lot of women. I'm upset with a lot of these men because they're not standing for what they believe in. And what I mean by that is a lot of dudes today, they emulate these characters. They want to wear the Versace, the Balenciaga, the Gucci, the red bottoms, the Yves Saint Laurent, the fitted suits, the tight jeans, the nice hairdos. I got a trick for y'all. All respect to the LGBT and the gay community. A lot of these dudes today is gay. And Big Dice said it. Unfortunately, a lot of you women are dating dudes that's in the closet. And I have nothing against the LGBT or the gay community. You're hearing this from me straight up because I feel as though you have to be 100% secure with yourself and more tough, maybe even more tougher than a drug dealer or a gangster in the street, to come out and say that you're gay. Especially in Brooklyn. Especially where I'm from. But we got these dudes walking around like they heterosexual, like they're into women, like they're into reality, and they're not. Simple and plain. These dudes are with women for the show of the world, but in their heart, they're angry. That's why they can't commit to these women, and that's why they can't be faithful to these women. That's what I mean by standing for something or falling for anything. A lot of men today feel as though they have to put on this facade or this fakeness because unfortunately women, some of y'all, not all of y'all, but a high majority of y'all today don't value the man that's going to respect you or treat you like a queen or try to catapult to a higher level of success between the two of y'all. That's not what y'all want. Y'all want the dude that's in the club to 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning. It's like y'all want the dude, as long as he's giving you that money and paying that bag, y'all sit back and just say, I'm good with that. Instead of just telling the truth. Instead of sitting up telling these men, yo, the way you moving is like a fucking clown. And if you don't get your shit together, I'm going to find somebody that's going to treat me the way I'm supposed to be treated. And I'm going to find somebody that's going to respect me for my worth. But unfortunately, a lot of us come up with trauma, men and women. And some of us deal with things differently. Unfortunately, from the age of, 35 and up, more than likely the young woman will have a baby or have children or have been in a situation with someone separated due to the fact of whatever reason. And sometimes you see a lot of bitterness. You know what I'm saying? And then for some reason, I remember back in the days when people separated. A lot of the fathers was out there in the street moving like clowns and not caring about anything and just moving reckless. Probably more reckless than they was moving before they was kicked out the crib or destroyed their home. But one thing we had for sure was mothers and good women that knew how to hold it down. I'm going to give it to y'all women. Y'all are much more stronger than us men give you credit for. Hit that like button. FTC Vice Plug, I see you in the building. I'm going to say it again. Women, y'all are much more stronger than we give y'all credit for. And this is one of the moments Big Dice is going to apologize. An old timer told me a long time ago, there's one thing in this world that will make a man change his mind, his life, and his way of living. And that's a woman. It doesn't necessarily have to be your girlfriend. It could be your mother. It could be your grandmother. It could be a babysitter. It could be a pastor. But a woman can make a man change his life. I'm not talking about a little boy. I'm talking about a man. Crack-a-de-lundi, if I pronounce that correctly, salute. I appreciate you for pulling up in the building. Don Diva, I see you in the building. Salute. Women, in my opinion, y'all set the tone for a lot of things. But y'all are also responsible for a lot of the foolishness that goes on in the street. A lot of women today, and this is just my opinion, instead of when they meet a man, they say, quote unquote, I'm not dealing with him because there's something about him that I don't like, or he's not attractive, or he's not my style. Y'all will play with these men. Y'all will sit up with them on the phone. Y'all will lead them on to the fact that maybe one day it'll be a chance for y'all two to be together. But it's always going to be that man. And y'all know I'm telling the truth. It's always going to be that one dude that feels as though he could buy your time or buy your love or buy your affection. Salute, China. I see you in the building. So what these dudes do, they start listening to you. Instead of them saying, quote unquote, or waiting for you to say that you need something, they start talking about what they got. Well, I got this, I got that, I was doing that, getting this type of money, I was doing that, you know, I'm getting this and I got that and all. When I was coming up, them niggas get robbed because I got a bunch of homegirls. May Allah forgive me for some of the things I was down with. I got a bunch of homegirls that I could have been like, that's a clown. He think that money means something. I got homegirls that would have literally fucked niggas for months, excuse my language. Slept with them for months. Took pictures with them, go to the movies with them, send them little loving texts, overly assuring them that they're the one. And then about 3 or 4 months later, it'll be about 4 or 5 dudes like me run up in the crib, waking you up with a gun in your face. And unfortunately, instead of paying attention to the people that's trying to rob you, you're looking at the female. First mistake. If they ain't doing nothing to the female, who you think let her in? And unfortunately, it's a lot of women today, respectfully, that's moving like modern day whores. That's why I say you got to stand for something instead of falling for everything. It's women today, quote unquote, accepting money from men, knowing that they don't like these men. Knowing that these men have nothing at all in common with them. Nothing about this man is interesting. But in their mind, that dude is paying that bag. And since you don't go out with him, or since you don't have to be in the public with him, or you don't have to sleep with him, you just keep receiving that bread. And I don't know if too many of y'all seen this movie called The Players Club. Y'all gonna get one of them Clarence niggas. Yeah, remember Diamond? She was bad. She thought she was the baddest thing in the world. Big ass forehead, nasty eyebrows. But we overlooked all that because she had on a two-piece thong set. She sat up around this man. He sat there every day looking like a stone cold serial killer. But what would she do? She would go over to him and sit down on him and rub up on him. Hey, Clarence, you want me to give you a dance? Yeah, $10, $20, $30. Let's just say he'd be in there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Say he spent about $150, $200 on this woman because she's sitting up on his pants, making him think, quote unquote, he the one, and he know he not the one. Because these niggas know they be fucking weirdos. Excuse my language. Niggas know they be fucking clowns. A lot of these women that they falling for dudes, they can't even have a conversation with. Everything is my Gucci, my Balenciaga, my car, my money, my gang. Respectfully, that's the most silliest, stupidest shit I ever heard in my life. Because if that's the only thing that dude is worrying about, what makes you think he gonna ever care about you or have any time for you? That's why you gotta stand for something, or you're gonna fall for everything. And back to the men. Y'all niggas is making the real dudes look like clowns. You niggas is loud, disrespectful, vulgar, barely coordinating. Y'all niggas ain't even matching. And 8 out of 10 times, a lot of you niggas gotta wait for a nigga to come pick y'all up in a whip, or call an Uber, or get in a cab. And ladies, these are niggas y'all falling for? Like what's going on? Like, that's why the world is fucking up, because a lot of you women not standing for anything. Y'all falling for everything. And instead of y'all sitting up going, hold up, this shit is real motherfucking goofy. Let me get myself together, because I'm gonna tell y'all something to y'all women out there that think y'all slick. That's just playing with dudes, taking their money, accepting all them cash apps, always screaming out, talking about you got a problem and you got that Humpty Dumpty dude that's gonna sit up and want to give you that bread. Y'all is modern day whores. Facts. And if you don't like what I'm saying, y'all ain't never got to come back to this channel again. Because if I'm going to talk to y'all like family, I'm going to talk to y'all like I really talk to family. A lot of this shit we doing today, y'all, is really, really stupid. And shout out to the 050 movement, China Brim, Harlem Legend TV, and Platinum Shine. They taught me this. YouTube is entertainment. So it's no problem coming up here with the clown suit on sometimes. It's no problem coming up here with the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer face. Because this is all entertainment. Because it might be somebody out there that might be going through some real crazy shit that day, and they just need to laugh. And some of this shit on YouTube is funny as hell. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The shit is hilarious. But we got to know how to decipher the difference between reality and YouTube. It's good people all over the world. It's great people on YouTube. But it's bad and evil people on YouTube too. Stillmatic, salute. I see you in the building. Salute. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. Tell a friend and tell a friend. That's the only way I can win. Can you dig me? Game is getting fucked up. I'm seeing parents getting high with their kids now. That's a no-no. I'm seeing parents going on dates with their kids now. I'm seeing parents in the same parties and clubs that their children are in. It's a different world, y'all. Like, entertainment is entertainment, but reality is reality. And when we gonna start standing up? Like seriously, when we gonna start like seriously standing up? And to the men, when y'all gonna start believing in yourselves and stop accepting this goofy shit these bum ass bitches is doing to y'all niggas? I'm not talking to the real women that go to work. I'm not talking to the real women that bust their ass. I'm not talking to the real women that'll lay on their back to get $1 to take care of themselves, because I respect that. I'm talking to them bum ass bitches that think it's all about them. Because I ain't Billy D. Williams, but I don't look that bad. But a lot of you bitches that think y'all fly, y'all not. And you're evil. And that comes from daddy issues. Back to what I'm saying. Standing up for what we believe in, or falling for everything. Nah, Masi, I'm in NC. There's so much evilness and hate running around today. I think I got soft because when I was young, I was so fucking evil. Like when I was running around, it was nothing that bothered me. It was nothing that bothered me. No type of beef, no type of war. I ain't even give a fuck. If a bitch ain't want to speak, so what? Suck cock. Bye. Because what you won't do, the next one will. Remember that. I was so numb to feelings and reality. So many years passed that I didn't even understand that they was passing. Because everything was a joke. I wasn't living for the future. I was living for the day. And that's where you get caught up. I didn't care about people's feelings. I didn't. Back in the days, we used to draw graffiti. And my tag name was Dice, of course, but my crew was BAS. And that stood for bitches ain't shit. Because unfortunately, the good women in our neighborhoods that don't believe in prostitution, the good women in our neighborhoods that's at home every night cooking for their kids, the good women in our neighborhoods that's motivating children to be scientists, lawyers, doctors, police, surgeons, etc., etc., them women don't get no credit. These women aren't spoken about. The good men in the neighborhood, like Pastor Moore, rest in peace, that'll come snatch up the kids in the hood because they know it's nothing in the hood but danger. And they go take them somewhere, show them something different. Try to get their mind off the everyday bullshit that's going on in the neighborhood. The ones that'll take us fishing, the ones that'll take us to the YMCA, the ones that'll teach us how to play basketball, the ones that'll teach us how to play baseball, the ones that'll teach us, quote unquote, how to love each other. These men don't get spoken about. It's like a question I really want to ask the women today. Like, what happened that the most precious and beautiful things that we had in the world to lean on are now so cold and still? Like, I remember it was a time when your woman, whatever you was going through in the world or in the street, when you came in the crib, you was at peace because you know she eased your mind. Seems like that's not happening no more. Ja, hey, salute, I see you in the building. Yeah, whatever happened to the men, quote unquote, that just appreciated they women for moving like women? We all want that freak in the bedroom. Like Betty White said, cook in the kitchen, a lady in the street. You can't show your teeth to every guy you meet. But that's a new thing today. That's why I respect a lot of my Muslim women. Because they don't believe in smiling and showing their teeth or their face. That's why they wear their veils. Because women have the power of attraction. And I noticed today a lot of women, y'all got this thing with showing your teeth. Yeah, you're beautiful. But you got to start understanding your worth. Them dudes out there that's making it seem like that thing you sitting on is the best thing possible. Them niggas is clowns, and y'all falling for them. And them niggas is suckers, and I can fight, so I'm saying it. And anybody that don't like it, respect it to check it. Like I said, one day, that beautiful vagina, that snap-on thing back, is going to be dead as a fucking frog. One day, that super cock, that Popeye dick that everybody's thinking about, is going to be soft as noodles. What do you have then? Like, what do you have then? You 70, 80, maybe 90 years old, sitting in a room or sitting in a house with a person that quote unquote never gave a fuck about you and you never gave a fuck about them. And y'all never cared to even get to know each other. Y'all both chased a phase, a fad. Some of us men, that body. Oh, she's so beautiful. She got that body. She got the nice chest. She got the fat ass. But we never, ever, ever say, well, some of us don't. She has a brilliant fucking mind. See, what turns me on about a woman, people might not understand this, is self-respect, discipline, leadership, self-control, patience, understanding, and compassion. A lot of our women today are so cool, cold, and so tough, they're acting like men. A lot of our women today are so tough and so cold, they think it's cool to act gay. And I'm tired of you straight gay bitches. All jokes aside, I don't even really curse like that, but this is 11 o'clock at night, so the kids be asleep. I'm tired of you gay straight bitches. I'm tired of all y'all. I'm tired of you bitches that quote unquote say, if she eat my pussy, that don't make me gay. Yes, it do, moron. I used to date a chick in Brooklyn a long time ago when I was in the street. And I remember one night she called me and she was like, yo, we going to the strip club. And I'm like, cool. You need some bread? The reason why I ain't care and I was trying to get away from me anyway, because I was trying to go play and do my thing in Long Island. So I'm like, yo, how much money you need? Where you at? I'm about to bring that bread to the crib. She was like, all right, I need like about $100, $200. But then she said the name of the club that she was going to. And the name of the club she was going to was a club in Flatbush by the name of Wiggles. Right down the block from Lord's Bakery off of Flatbush Extension back in the days. It was called Club Wiggles. Matter of fact, this is actually where Eve used to strip back in the days. So I asked, I said, supposed to be some dudes in there stripping or something like that? She was like, nah. So I'm like, why are y'all going to a strip club where it's just women stripping? And she said to me, nah, there ain't nothing. We always do that. So it shocked me a little bit because I asked, I said, are you into women? She said, no, I ain't into no women. Why you ask me that? I said, because you're going to a strip club where women are stripping. She was like, nah, it's just beautiful women, you know. We like to go see their bodies and stuff like that. I said, believe it or not, you got me looking at you like you gay. She was like, I'm not gay. And I don't even know why you would say that. I said, so let me ask you a question. Shout out to my man, O. I said, so if me and O go to a club, a strip club, and there's only men stripping, what would you say about me and O? She said, I say y'all niggas is gay. How, if two men go to a strip club where men are stripping, they're gay? But if women go to a strip club to look at women stripping, they're not gay. And shout out to my man Dello, my big homie, my big OG, just sent me with a text. He thought I was bashing, but I'm not. I'm just being real. You know, I got it, OG. I know you watching, straight out from Cali. Salute. So me and her wound up getting into an argument. She was like, what you mad about? I said, I'm mad because I'm confused. And I need to know who you are. I'm like, all these times you're telling me you're going to the strip club, I'm thinking you're going to see some dudes. She said, you never asked me. Shout out to Harlem Legend. So at that particular moment, y'all, forgive me for how rude I was. I hung the phone up. And I've never spoke to her until this day. If she would have shut up and kept her mouth quiet, she could have waited for me to come to the crib and get that little punk ass $200 and then told me that later on. At least she'd have been $200 up. Now the doodle head didn't get nothing. And if you're watching this, back to what I was saying, standing for something and falling for everything. I could have sat right there and went to the crib and gave her that bread and just humbled and just stomached all my feelings, knowing, quote unquote, I was upset with what she told me. But what I do, I stood my ground. When I did no bate, no lesbian type thing. Respectfully. So I left her alone. The world is going crazy today, y'all. We're not dealing with reality anymore. We're not. The new real is so fake. And the new fake is so real. It done been construed and flipped around. You got women walking around knowing that they're doing wrong. And they're being praised for it. You got women walking around with other women knowing that these chicks are moving like fucking morons. But y'all not saying nothing because, you know, in your heart, fuck that, I'm out of my own business. That's the bitch that's looking stupid. I don't care. But no, let me explain something to it. If you run around with that dumb chick, you look just as stupid as her. And this goes for the fellows too. If you run around with them hoe ass niggas or them sucker ass niggas that think life consists of being a sucker fronting, use a sucker that's fronting. Life's different, y'all. Like I said, after that pandemic, if that didn't wake y'all up, I don't know what will. But we got to start standing for something. That's what they want us to do. They want us messed up. They want us stupid. They want us blind, deaf, and dumb. They want us in the street. They want the men away from the homes. They want the families broke up. This is how they're going to control, quote unquote, the population. They don't care no more about people being together. Counseling. Ain't no such thing as counseling. Back in the days before it was therapists, all you had to do was find a good church or a good pastor, sat down and talked to them about what's going on, and certain things were resolved. Nowadays, people just don't care. Nowadays, everybody is just cool with being fake. That's why I said, I guess when I was younger, I was so numb to feelings because I had to be like in that animal stage, I thought. I thought if you expressed how you feel, that made you a sucker. I thought if you sat up and said, quote unquote, I don't like that shit, I ain't fucking with that shit, that made you a sucker. Because there's a lot of us, quote unquote, dealing with people that we know we shouldn't be dealing with. And I'm not talking about no relationship. I'm talking about just regular friendship or frenemies, as they call it in Brooklyn. Because a lot of us is dealing with frenemies. People will tell you who they are. And usually when a person just comes out the blue and tries to describe you and don't know you, if they saying something negative, they probably talking about themselves. And to the dudes out there, start spending some time with your women, bro. Because y'all worried about them running around sleeping with dudes. But a lot of these chicks your women dealing with, they eat pussy too. And it's a lot of situations that come up where down the line, you'll never know these two chicks was dealing. But they don't talk about it because they're cool with it. Down the line, you'll never know these two dudes was dealing. Like I said, I don't have nothing against the LGBT. I don't have nothing against the gay community. What I do have something against is people that act like they're heterosexual, people that like to bash and disrespect gay people and LGBT people, and they participate in lesbian or homosexual acts. Them type of niggas should be dragged from a truck. And that's a fact. These type of dudes or women should be dragged from a truck. If you don't stand for something, you will surely fall for everything. And this goes out to the men and the women. Wake up before it's too late, y'all. All jokes aside, wake up before it's too late. Because every second that you waste is an idea or a plan that could have been set off to go. Marcy said, I know that girl from CT Hartford. It's a small. What girl do you know from CT Hartford? I don't know who you're talking about. Marcy, I don't know who you're talking about, but he said, I know that girl from CT Hartford. It's small. Knowledge born, ask knowledge born about her. Well, if you tell me who you're talking about, I guess I'll find out who you're talking about, Marcy, but I'm actually lost by now. She will never stand up because of a fake wooden leg. She will never stand up. Well, don't know nobody with a wooden leg neither. But whoever that is, But back to what I was saying, y'all. Dime Diva, family don't know what to do when certain emotions and feelings arise. We just need more black therapists, and that's a fact. But for some reason, some black people think that makes you look weak to go to a therapist. But it doesn't. It doesn't. I went to a therapist because of my job, because of the amount of employees that I had under me. And they said that it was mandatory when you have a supervisor position in some plants. If you got a certain amount of employees, they feel as though that the personalities that you may have to deal with on a contact in and every day might stress you out. So they sent us to therapy about quote unquote what was going on at the job. If we was flipping, if we wanted to fight, if we was aggravated, it was just part of the routine. But therapy actually helped me, because when I went to therapy with the attitude like the shit was bullshit. And I never forget, she was telling me, the therapist was saying to me, she said, it's never going to work until you open up and tell the truth. And when I opened up and started really thinking about certain things that she asked me about, now I understand why I feel certain ways about certain things, why I got certain paranoias, why I have certain fears, why I have certain insecurities I deal with to this day. but at least it put me on track to correcting it. We all gonna have insecurities. We all gonna have fears. But if you get on the right goal on correcting the insecurities or your fears, or doing something to strengthen your insecurities or your fears, everything will be all right. But that all falls back into putting God first. That all falls back into putting God first. Cheese of Libra 8191. Salute. Queen Mo Fire. I didn't even know you was in the building. Salute. I see you. Queen Mo Fire. Cinnamon Tea. I see you. Cinnamon Tea says she want to know who you talking about. Mossy? Why you respond a certain way in certain situations. That's a fact. DGR Entertainment. Salute. You're right. Boss Victim said a mouthful. The reason why we go through certain things is because of what we went through as children. It's because of what we internalized and what we didn't know what to deal with. Simple and plain. And when we become adults, remember, we get real cocky after that 21 age. When they start telling you could drink, you could party, you get real cocky. You get more foolish than you could ever imagine. But with God, everything else will fall back in line. I'm going to sum this up with standing for something before you fall for everything. There's people out there that's just doing things because they think it's cool. There's people out there doing things because they know they can do it. But ask yourself this. How would you feel if somebody was doing that shit to your child? How would you deal with it then? She said, drop the link. All right, I'm going to try to drop the link. I'm going to try this, y'all, one time. Relic Harlem, pull up and say, drop the link, guests. Invite guests. Copy. Copied. Did it drop, y'all? Did the link drop? Hold on, one more time. One more time. One more time. Well, I found out to do a little bit of stuff, but I guess I ain't get it all. No link yet. Shout out to Harlem Legend TV. He showed me a few things to do, and I did a few of them. Like, I got up on my banners and stuff like that. You know, because if y'all want to, y'all can hit that Cash App. Y'all do see it up on the building, and it will deeply be appreciated. Can you dig? And hit that like button. And tell a friend. Go subscribe to the Big Dice Chronicles. It get real grown over here. Boston, Cuba, salute. I see you in the building. Well, you know, I ain't going to take up too much of y'all time, and I appreciate y'all coming out to rock with me. But we got Compa in the building. He going on in about 4 minutes, and my man was a little under the weather for the past couple of days. And he's feeling a little better tonight. I would stay on a little longer and tell y'all how I feel. But, you know, another day will always come. I appreciate y'all again for coming out, spending some time with me. Y'all could have been anywhere else in the world, but y'all sitting right here with the Big Dice. And hit that like button on the way in and on the way out. Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Salute.